We've got a great video for you today. It's essentially two videos in one. The first part of the video is showing you how to make this beautiful finish called shou-sugi-ban. It's a Japanese method for preserving wood by burning. And the second is making this gorgeous garden shed. Stick with us and see how we do both. This shou-sugi-ban, or Yakisugi method of treating wood, is an old Japanese way of treating wood to create weather resistance, fire resistance, rot resistance, and pest resistance, i.e. termites or carpenter ants or the like. There are several different ways or levels, I guess you could say, of treating the wood, and it depends on your certain aesthetic or what you're looking for your exterior siding. Now this method here, this was lightly charred and then brushed with a wire brush to take out all the burnt or charcoal cellulose that was left over on the top. I think it gives probably my personal favorite, this gorgeous, gorgeous brown patinaed look. Here. This is, in the center here, a lightly alligatored, as they call it, lightly alligatored finish. And what we're going to do with this is we're just going to wash it off with water and place it on the exterior. This over here, as you can see, is a heavily alligatored char on here. And this gives a deep, deep textured look to the wood, which is really gorgeous, and it may protect it even better. Now, I honestly do not know which one of these it has the better weather resistance or fire resistance or the other resistance, right? So termites and carpenter ants will bite onto this, and the science isn't totally out on this yet, but they hate the taste of the charred wood, so they won't go any further into the wood. The weather resistance and fire resistance, let's talk about the fire resistance, is that once the exterior cellulose is burnt away, you have lignin and cellulose in the wood. The lignin is really hard and the cellulose is soft. So once you have that lignin or that cellulose burnt off, it also, what the fire does is close the pores, it burns off the really highly combustible cellulose, and it leaves the really, really hard lignin behind, which is very hard to reignite. It does reignite eventually if the fire is hot enough. This is why I say fire resistant and not fireproof. But this one right here, as you can see, I've brushed off all of that burnt up cellulose, leaving the hard lignin, and the pores are closed up from that fire. This one I probably will treat with either a tung oil or a boiled linseed oil. And in doing that too, it brings out more of the beauty of the wood. It helps those different colors pop, because there are different colors in here and sheens. And obviously it adds some, also some extra weather resistance to the wood. And you can tell these are fencing slats, and this is an inexpensive way to do this little woodshed, to side this woodshed. If you're going to do a home, obviously you'd want the thicker siding, either a 1-inch board or thicker if you can get it. So let's get started on the shed build for you, because this video encompasses both this gorgeous shed that we're going to build for our tools in the garden and this absolutely gorgeous method of finishing wood. Okay, now it's time to show you how to put the shed together. This is a small, freestanding, elevated shed where the posts are set in the ground and the actual shed portion itself is up off the ground, just to keep out unwanted pests and to keep it off the ground for moisture issues. So we've got our two 4x4 8-foot treated posts. We've got 5 1x7, or 5 1x7. They're 1 foot 7-inch 2x4s. These are all treated for the bottom portion. We've got 2 2x4s that are 2 foot 8 inches long, and then another 3. The 2 on the bottom are going to be treated. The other 3 are not treated. I'm simply doing that just in case any moisture does come up or bounce up off the ground. The ones on the bottom of the shed are going to be treated. So we've got a total of 5 that are 2 foot 8 inch. We have 20 5.5-inch wood fence slats, and they are 6 foot long slats. We have 3 essentially sloped roof rafters. It's going to be a shed style roof. These are 1 foot 10-inch long, and cut from the high portion is keeping that 5.5 inches on the 2x6 and then down to 0. We've got also for our end portion 2 2x4s that are 4 foot 6 3/4, and then we also have 2 brace 2x4s for braces along the side. They're diagonal braces, and those will be cut in the field. Additionally, for the interior, we're going to have a plywood floor. We're just going to cut that in the field. It's pretty much cut to fit. We're not going to give you the dimensions on that. And also for shelves on the inside. Let's get going assembling this shed. Make sure your top to bottom measurement for your supports here are 5 foot 1 7/8. For this design, we're going to set our 4x4 posts in 1.5 inches from the ends of these cross members here, so that we can put our side cross member here flush with the back member. Okay, once you get all the exterior walls, essentially, all the cross members around the outside, attach your front portion that we made earlier, and then we're going to measure for our side bracing, our cross bracing here. What we're going to do is we're just going to sit it on top. This is not going to be anything special, no special cuts. We're going to leave this end square, but keep it inside of your back cross members here. What we're going to do is come under here and just mark like that. We're going to cut that out, and we're going to screw in both ends here to give it good stability down here at the corner, and doing it like that, cutting that 90 essentially in this direction, will give it a lot more stability and strength in that corner. And here we're just going to screw it into the side. I did forget to mention earlier in the video when I was describing all the pieces we need for the project, I did leave two out, and those two pieces are two additional pieces of 2x4 that are 2 foot 7/8 inch long, and those are for the backers on the door. Now we're going to have a Z pattern brace on the front made from the pickets themselves, but we do need some support on the back for this door. When we attach our siding pieces to our framework here, we're just going to use these small 4D finishing nails that are 1.5 inches long. That should give us plenty of strength. Our siding here, essentially, these pickets or slats, are only 1/2 inch thick. So 1.5 inches should be perfect to hold all these on. So we've got it anchored where we want it in the garden. Now what we did was we just dug 2 holes with a post hole digger, 18 inches deep, and we concreted those in on the bottom. What we're doing now is, like we finished our door inside. We're going to nail our siding here on the outside. Of course, we want to check for level in every direction. Once you're set and level and things are good and set up, you can start putting your siding on. Now, the reason this is the size it is to accommodate the dimensions of these wood fence slats. We did that for cost. Obviously, these wood fence slats are cheap, and so they're all the dimensions are multiples of 5.5, which is how wide these slats are. So let's put them up. Well, here's the completed project. Let's bring you in for a closer look and we'll show you the details. All right, let's take a look at the exterior first. We've got this brush finish here on the door, and we didn't stripe it. When we mocked it up, we didn't like the way that looked with the alligator and then the brushed. So we went with the door being fully brushed here, and this one is darker in particular because we did oil it, and we do like this. So we're going to oil the rest of the door here. I'll take you around the side, and you can see we've got that heavily charred look here. We've also got a piano hinge, and that's how we attach the door on the end here. Now we've got a simple latch on this side just for to keep the door secured. On the inside, you can see that we've already got some garden tools, and they fit perfectly in here. And we've got one of our garden sprayers, and we've got some of our orange oil that we always use to treat ants. You should go check out that video. Fire ants are crazy here in Texas. Go check out that video, and I'll put a link to it, and it'll show you how to kill those colonies organically without nasty chemicals. But that's an aside. So also I want to show you here, we didn't finish the inside. We didn't put any shelving because it's all customizable for you. our tools that we're going to keep in here are going to be different from your tools. You're going to have different things you want in your garden than we do. So we're going to leave that up to you to put in whatever shelving or hooks or whatever it is on the inside yourself. Now let's show you this roof up here. You can see that we did and let's get the camera up. All right, we did a board and batten style roof, and we've got a piece of 1/2-inch plywood underneath with a metal drip edge. In between our boards, in our plywood, we've got some felt, tar paper, felt paper, and we've got these battens to help also keep out the weather. Now, also you can see I've got some gaps. I don't know if you can see that. You can see the light coming through. Yes, you can. I'm going to be doing some battens on the outside, so covering up those cracks. And essentially what that is, you know, these are cheap fencing slats. That's about the cheapest way you're going to find to buy cedar in Texas anyway. Maybe if you live in the Northwest, you can find it cheaper, but that is a cheap way to do it. So we're going to cover up those cracks with a batten, and that should keep out all the weather with no problem at all. Essentially, that's it. And we hope you like this project. And give us the thumbs up on the video. You know, that really helps us out. That helps us, our channel, and says we did a good job. And we hope that we've done a good job for you, showing you the shou-sugi-ban method, and also in showing you how to construct this gorgeous, I think this is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful centerpiece in the garden here. This gorgeous garden shed. Thank you very much. We also want to have you here permanently, right? So please subscribe to the channel. Please share it with your friends. Share it on social media. Yeah, post it on Facebook. That helps us out immensely as well. And also, if you want to see any of those tools that we use, and I don't use anything, I throw away, or I actually shop very specifically and ask around a lot for tools that will last a long time. We've got those in our Amazon store. So check out in the description below if you want to go there and check out things that we recommend and our channel recommends for you for your homestead. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. We hope you have an awesome day. We will see you on the next video, I hope. We will. Have a great day. Bye.